hospital after he showed up at the wrong house and was shot. This happened late last night on 115th Street. That's near Northeast Cookingham and Tracy Avenue. KMBC 9's Jackson Kurtz spoke with people who live in that neighborhood.
This is the story of Ralph Ural, a juvenile who went to go pick up his siblings, and he went to the wrong address and he was shot by an 84-year-old man who claims he was in fear of his life when he saw Ralph reaching for his door.
Impossible. Impossible. 16-year-old boy knocks on an 84-year-old white man's door by accident and gets shot in the head and in the arm. Impossible, man. That right there don't say nothing but jail time. Come on, Ben Crump.
So let's check out this story and see what the neighbors had to say went on that day and what they heard. Right.
An uncommon scene from one Kansas City neighborhood.
My son called me. He said, "Pops, you see the cops out there?" I said, "Cops where?" He's all over the place.
Police say a teen was shot around 10 p.m. after showing up at the wrong house. He was told to pick up a sibling on Northeast 115th Terrace, but he went to 115th Street. He's now in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. For neighbors, it all came as a shock.
Just real nice neighborhood. Kids fine. Play basketball and stuff in the street.
Many hope violence like that doesn't happen again.
If something do happen, it's a surprise to me around here, because it's so quiet.
After the news broke that a young juvenile named Ralph went to the wrong house and rung the doorbell and got shot in the head, and look, this sparked a lot of outrage in the community, and people took to the streets to make sure Ralph gets justice and this person gets charged.
The 60-year-old boy is in the hospital tonight after his family says he was shot in the head after knocking on the wrong door. The suspect is not in jail tonight, and that is sparking protests. Ralph Yarl meant to go to a house on Northeast 115th Terrace to pick up a sibling on Thursday night, but he went to 115th Street instead. After he knocked on the door, he was shot.
Right, Lynn, and the best news that we learned today is that Ralph Yarl is alive.
Man, y'all can't tell me that the old man don't look like Eddie Monster. Man, he look like old Eddie Monster, man.
He's healing. He's got a long path of recovery ahead. Yarl went to pick up a sibling on Thursday night. He went to the wrong house. After he knocked on the door, his family says the person inside shot him in the head.
Eddie Monster. Look at Eddie Monster, man. A real monster.
So Sunday afternoon, hundreds walked to the house where it happened.
Breaking news from Kansas City, Missouri tonight. An 85-year-old white man has just been charged in the shooting of a black teenager who ran.
Correction, 85-year-old man. See, 85-year-old man shoots a 16-year-old boy. You ask me who has more life left in him. See you later, 85-year-old man.
His doorbell by mistake. It follows a weekend of protests over the shooting. Maggie Vespa joins us live now. Maggie, what charges does he face?
Lester prosecutors in Clay County say 85-year-old Andrew Lester faces 1 count of assault in the first degree and 1 count of armed criminal action. And they add there was a, quote, racial component in this shooting of a teenage boy who family says made a simple mistake and went to the wrong home.
Tonight, after days of protests demanding justice.
A simple mistake, man. Unarmed, no weapons, no nothing, and you shooting. See you later, Ralph.
The Kansas City homeowner who family say shot 16-year-old.
The old man. Because Ralph is, he's stable, he's alive. He's got a little ways to go, but he's alive.
Ralph Yarl twice for ringing the wrong doorbell.
faces criminal charges.
I can assure you that the criminal justice system is working and will continue to work. As with any serious case, we approached this one in an objective,
Dr. Faith
impartial
Spoonmore
manner.
says her nephew was trying to pick up his younger twin brothers from a friend's house Thursday night when he mistakenly went to the wrong home. Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt says Ralph rang the doorbell and waited.
And he was confronted by a man who told him, "Don't come back around here." And then he immediately fired his weapon, striking Mr. Yarl in the head. He went to the ground, and then he was shot a second time.
Merritt adding Ralph was able to run for help after being shot and says Ralph knocked on multiple doors before a neighbor answered and ordered.
Lee Merritt, Ben Crump. Man, they about to tear a hole in this man. Come on, man. Y'all know what time it is.
The boy to lie on the ground and put his hands up.
But Ralph decided to comply and essentially lose consciousness after that, which is what allowed him to get medical treatment.
The shooting sparking outrage on social media. Hollywood heavyweights like Viola Davis and Halle Berry demanding charges. Fueling that fury, police taking the homeowner into custody and 24 hours later, they say, releasing them without charges. Prosecutors now say the charges followed a thorough review of the case police put together.
As the prosecutor in Clay County, I can tell you there was a racial component to the case.
They add the felony charges filed against Andrew Lester carry a potential sentence of up to life in prison. A warrant issued
See you
immediately
later.
before the 85-year-old's arrest.
It's been my goal from the very beginning to get justice for the child involved in the case.
Tonight, the family says Ralph, a marching band standout with dreams of studying chemical engineering, is healing.
Prosecutors said they didn't go with the hate crime charges because the hate crime charge carried less time. And President Biden invited Ralph Yarl to the White House after his recovery, once he's feeling well and back on his feet. And Biden said that they will be helping in making sure that Ralph gets justice.
See, there you have it. Ralph was kept here for a reason, man. Ralph was kept here for a reason.